Have you ever tried to speak about something that already happened, but suddenly you get stuck? Like you know the story in your mind, but English words just don't come out?
Yes, actually that happens to me a lot. I always freeze in that moment.
Exactly. And that's where most English learners struggle.
So what do we do in that situation?
Well, today we're going to fix that problem
Really? How?
by learning something very simple but powerful. How to talk about the past in English correctly.
Oh, that makes sense. So that's why people get stuck.
Yes, because they don't know how to express yesterday, last week, or even a few minutes ago.
I think I need this lesson.
And I think every listener here does too. So first, welcome everyone to the Daily English Podcast, where we make English simple, clear, and real. I'm Sara.
And I'm Jack. Let's figure this out together.
Perfect. And Jack, before we start, I want to show you something interesting.
What is it?
One simple change in English can help you talk about your entire life. Past experiences, memories, everything.
That sounds powerful, but also a little scary.
Don't worry, because today we are going to unlock it step by step.
Let's do it.
All right. So, Jack, let's start with something very simple. When we talk about the present, we use words like am, is, and are.
Right, like I am happy, or she is at home.
Exactly. But when we talk about the past, these words change.
They change? How?
Very easy. Am and is become was.
Was. Okay.
For example, today you say, I am happy. But yesterday you say, I was happy.
Ah, I see. So am becomes was.
Yes. And is also becomes was.
Can you give me an example?
Of course. Today, the weather is sunny. Yesterday, the weather was sunny.
That's simple. Just change is to was.
Exactly. Now let's talk about are.
Okay. What happens to are?
Are becomes were.
Were. W-E-R-E?
Yes, that's right. For example, today, we are happy. Yesterday, we were happy. Let's try a question. Jack, where are you right now?
Right now, I am at home.
Good. Now, where were you yesterday evening?
Yesterday evening, I was at home too.
Nice. That's perfect.
Let me try one. Sara, where were you yesterday?
Yesterday, I was at the supermarket.
At the supermarket. Good example.
So you see the pattern. Now, I am at the supermarket. Past, I was at the supermarket.
Yes, I'm starting to understand.
Great. Now let's use were in a question.
Okay, I'm ready.
Were you busy yesterday?
Yes, I was busy.
Another one. Were your friends with you?
Yes, they were with me.
Perfect. You used were correctly.
This is actually easier than I thought.
Yes, it's very simple when you practice.
Can I try a full sentence?
Of course. Go ahead.
Last Saturday, I was at the park.
Nice. Now add more detail.
The park was beautiful, and many people were there.
Excellent, Jack. That's a great sentence.
Thank you. I feel more confident now.
Just remember this simple change. Am and is turn into was, and are turn into were.
Got it.
And we use these words to talk about places, feelings, situations in the past.
Like, I was tired, or they were at school.
Exactly.
Okay, I think I'm ready for the next step.
Great. Now that we understand was and were, let's move to action words.
You mean verbs like walk, talk, and play?
Yes, exactly. Let's learn how to use them in the past.
Okay, like walk, talk, watch, those kinds of words?
Exactly. These are things we do every day.
So, how do we change them into the past?
For many verbs in English, it's very simple. We just add ed at the end.
Just E and D? That's it?
Yes, for most regular verbs. Let's look at some easy examples.
I'm ready.
Today, I walk in the park. Yesterday, I walked in the park.
So, walk becomes walked.
Exactly. Let me try one. Today, I talked to my friend. Yesterday, I talked to my friend.
This is easy.
Yes, it is. Let's try another one. Today, I watched TV. Yesterday, I watched TV.
Watched with ED.
Good. Now I have a question for you. What did you watch last night?
Last night, I watched a movie.
Nice. What kind of movie?
It was a comedy. I laughed a lot.
Great. And look, laugh becomes laughed.
Oh, yes, another ED word.
Exactly. Let's try a few more. Cook, cooked. Clean, cleaned. Play, played.
So many verbs use ED? That's helpful.
Yes, very helpful. Now let's make a small story. Tell me about your yesterday morning.
Okay. Yesterday morning, I walked to a cafe.
Nice start. What happened next?
I listened to music on my phone.
Very good. Listened.
Then I waited for my coffee.
Then I waited for my coffee.
After that, I ordered a cup of coffee.
Excellent, Jack. Ordered is perfect.
This is fun.
You're doing really well. See how easy it is to talk about the past?
Yes, I just add ED to the verb.
Exactly. But remember, this works for regular verbs.
Oh, so not all verbs follow this rule?
That's right. Some verbs are different.
Different how?
They don't use ed. They change in another way.
Ah, that sounds like a challenge.
A small challenge, yes. But don't worry, we will learn them step by step.
I'm ready for it.
Great. In the next part, we will learn about these special verbs.
Let's do it.
All right, Jack. Now it's time for something a little different.
This is the challenge part, right?
Yes, but don't worry, we'll keep it very simple.
Okay, I trust you.
So, we just learned that many verbs use ed in the past.
Yes, like walked, talked, watched.
Exactly. But some verbs are irregular.
Irregular, meaning they don't follow the rule?
That's right. They don't use ed. They change in a different way.
Can you give me an example?
Of course. Let's start with a very common verb. Go.
Okay. Today, I go to work.
Good. Now, what about yesterday?
I goed to work?
That's a very common mistake.
I knew it sounded wrong.
Yes, we don't say goed. The correct past form of go is went.
Went. Okay. So yesterday I went to work?
Perfect.
That's very different from go.
Yes, and that's why we call it irregular.
All right. What's next?
Let's take eat.
Today, I eat an apple.
Good. Yesterday?
I eated an apple?
Almost, but not quite.
Let me guess. Ate?
Yes, very good. Yesterday, I ate an apple.
Nice. I'm getting the idea.
Great. Now try this one. Drink.
Today, I drink water.
And yesterday?
I drank water.
Perfect. You're doing great.
This is like a little puzzle.
Exactly. Let's try another one. See.
Today, I see a bird.
Yesterday?
I saw a bird.
Excellent.
So far we have go, went, eat, ate, drink, drank, see, saw.
That's a great list. Let's add a few more.
Okay.
The verb take.
Took,
Yes. Very good. I took a photo.
nice.
Now, have.
That one I know.
Had,
Perfect. I had a busy day. Let's try one more. Buy.
Oh, this one is tricky.
Yes, a little.
Is it bought?
Yes. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm learning fast.
You really are. Let's use them in sentences.
Okay.
Where did you go last weekend?
Last weekend, I went to the park.
Nice. What did you eat there?
I ate a sandwich.
And what did you drink?
I drank some juice.
Perfect. Did you see anything interesting?
Yes, I saw many dogs. They were playing.
That sounds fun.
It was fun.
You see, Jack, even though these verbs are different, we use them all the time.
Yes, they are very common.
The best way to learn them is to practice again and again.
I agree. The more I use them, the easier they become.
Exactly. Now, let's put everything together in a bigger story.
Oh, I like this part.
Great. In the next part, you will tell us a full story using past tense.
Challenge accepted.
All right, Jack. This is your moment.
Okay, I'm a little excited.
That's good. I want you to tell us a full story about your last weekend.
All right, I'll try.
Take your time and remember, use the past.
Okay. Last weekend was really nice. On Saturday, I went to the city with my friend.
Great start. What did you do there?
First, we walked around the streets and looked at the shops.
Good. Walked and looked. Keep going.
I saw a very nice shirt in one shop window.
Oh, interesting. Did you buy it?
No, I didn't buy it, but I bought a book from another shop.
Nice. Buy becomes bought. Perfect.
After that, we were hungry, so we went to a small restaurant.
That makes sense.
The restaurant was quiet, but very comfortable.
Good use of was.
I ate a big pizza and I drank a cold drink.
Sounds delicious.
Yes, it was really good. My friend had pasta and he liked it a lot.
Very nice.
We talked for a long time and laughed a lot.
Great. Talked and laughed.
After dinner, we took the train back home.
Excellent. Take becomes took.
Yes, and when I got home, I was very tired, but happy.
That was a perfect story, Jack.
Really?
Yes. You used was, were, regular verbs like walked, talked, irregular verbs like went, saw, ate, took.
That feels great.
And the best part is, your story sounded natural.
Thank you. It's actually easier when I speak in a full story.
Exactly. That's how we use English in real life.
Not just single sentences, but complete ideas.
And now our listeners can see how everything connects.
So they can also try their own story.
That's right. And speaking of that,
Oh, is it your turn now?
yes, in the next part, I will share my story.
I'm ready to listen.
Great. Let's continue. All right, Jack. Now it's my turn to share a story.
I want to hear it.
Okay. I will talk about my last holiday.
Nice.
Where did you go? My last holiday was in the spring. I went to a small town in the countryside.
That sounds peaceful already.
It really was. And I didn't go alone. I went with my sister. We stayed in a small hotel. The hotel was old, but it was very comfortable. Every morning we walked in the hills. It was very relaxing. The weather was beautiful, and the air was fresh.
What did you see there?
We saw many animals, sheep and cows. In the afternoons, we visited small shops in the town.
Did you buy anything?
Yes, I bought some local cheese.
Nice. Was it good?
Yes, and we also drank fresh juice.
That sounds like a perfect holiday meal.
It really was. In the evenings, we were usually tired. So we stayed in the hotel and read our books.
Oh, red. That one is tricky, right?
Yes, it is. The spelling is the same, R-E-A-D.
But the sound is different?
Exactly. Today, I read. Yesterday, I read.
That is a little tricky.
Yes, but with practice, it becomes easy.
So what did you read?
I read a short novel, and my sister read a travel book. At night, everything was very quiet. We listened to the sounds of nature and relaxed. We had a wonderful time together.
Your holiday sounds perfect.
Thank you. And it's a good example of how we use past tense in real life.
Yes, you used so many past verbs naturally.
Exactly. And that's the goal, to speak naturally, not just remember rules.
I agree.
Now, in the final part, let's review everything we learned today.
Good idea. Let's do a quick recap.
First, we talked about was and were.
Right. Am and is into was, are into were.
Exactly. For example, I am happy becomes I was happy.
And they are at home becomes they were at home.
Then we learned about regular verbs,
Yes, for most verbs, we just add ed.
like walk, walked, talk, talked, watch, watched.
That part was easy.
Yes, and after that, we learned about irregular verbs.
The tricky ones.
Yes, but also very common.
Let me try to remember some. Go, went. Eat, ate. Drink, drank. See, saw.
And then we practiced with full stories.
Yes, that really helped me understand everything better.
Exactly, because in real life, we don't speak in single words. We tell stories. Now it's time for our listeners to practice.
Yes, we have a question for you.
Our question is, what did you do last weekend?
You can write something simple.
For example, I went to the park. I watched a movie. I ate dinner with my family.
Or you can write a short story like I did.
So please write your sentences in the comments and don't worry about mistakes.
Mistakes are part of learning. The most important thing is to try.
Exactly. And before we go, don't forget to subscribe to the Daily English Podcast and share this episode with your friends who are learning English. Your support really means a lot to us. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.